Well, our first guest this week joins us from Orlando, Florida, where the company is busy preparing for the International Builders Show. We're talking to Mr. Richard Kurtz. He is the chairman of Lapolla Industries, stock symbols LPAD. Richard, good to talk to you again.
Nice to talk to you, Don.
Well, now, Richard, you're an interesting guy. Were someone to type your name into an internet search, they would discover your well-known real estate empire. You have more than 14,000 rental units in 4 states amongst your holdings. But you and I had the opportunity to chat over breakfast last month in New York City. I was extremely taken by your passion for Lapolla Industries. Can you kind of tell us how that relationship came about?
Sure, absolutely. It actually came about approximately 12 years ago. I became involved in a small public company that was trading under the name of Lapolla Industries. They had a different product. It was a roofing product. And I got involved. I did my investigation. I brought in a certain amount of expertise. And unfortunately, it was a period of 6 years of being involved, and we could not make the product successful. It was a roofing product. It just didn't work. And unfortunately, I made a large investment over a period of 6 years, and I was very frustrated. And it just was not a good experience right up through the 6 years.
Now, of course, we're going to talk about how things turned around in a moment, but you've told me more than once that you feel this company has virtually limitless potential.
That's correct. It is exciting. It is exciting because there is a demand. The demand gets stronger every day, especially right now. We're in the dead of winter, and energy is on everybody's mind. And we have a product that is sensational. It is foam insulation. It is manufactured in Houston, Texas. And the application is sophisticated, and our contractors do it correctly, and the savings to the homeowner is substantial, probably between 30 and 40%. I would say every bit of a third. And I guess I'm excited because I was frustrated for 6 years to begin with. However, we finally got a product that we manufacture out of Houston. It's sensational, and we are in an environment that everybody is looking for something that will save money, and we do that 100%.
Now, Richard, I know those first 6 years, as you mentioned, were very frustrating, but the company has been completely turned around. You give a lot of credit to your CEO, Doug Kramer. How did you become acquainted with Doug?
Doug and I met about 7 years ago. Unfortunately, we were having difficulty with the existing company. We had 3 various meetings over probably a period of 6 to 9 months. I was very much impressed with Doug. I was impressed with his credentials, and quite frankly, he's a brilliant young man, and he understands the insulation business, the coatings business, and it was because of Doug that I agreed to build a foam plant going back 4 years ago. Once building the foam plant, we had to go through numerous certifications, which we got, and we've accomplished under the tutorage of Doug, along with 2 very sophisticated chemists that are part of our employment, and a great staff, a product that is sensational. And why I'm so excited, it saves people money, and it's not a big investment. They basically get back their investment after 3 years. We're excited, and we're just in our infancy.
Well, we're going to talk with Doug Kramer in just a moment, Richard, but I wanted to mention this. The best way I've been able to describe Lapolla to my associates is that you're a green technology company with technology that works today and is generating substantial revenue right now, not 10 years from now. Would you say that's an accurate statement?
And that's what's so fascinating, and that's what really generates my enthusiasm, because everything we're doing is right now. We manufacture. We have a product that's sensational. We don't have to go for 8 different approvals from the government or from a state. We are out into the public. We're doing, I guess we've increased from 2010 from 09 to 10. Our increases in our business has been sensational. sensational. We have not reported year-end numbers, but they're extraordinary. And 2011 is going in the right direction. We are green. We prevent pollution into the air. If we can save a homeowner a third of energy costs, basically a third of their energy is not going into the environment. And when you couple, and there are 130 million private residences in the U.S., obviously we can't attack that and get involved in that kind of number. However, we will get a fair share, and we can save so much in the environment. Our product also has recyclables, and it's green. So we are green from A to Z. And with all of this, we are excited because there is a demand, and we are just beginning.
Well, again, that's the passion I was talking about a moment ago. Now we're going to play a little musical chairs as we get the CEO of the company, Doug Kramer, into the chair over there in Orlando. Doug, I guess you're ready for us. Doug, your previous position was with the well-known company BASF. What was it about Mr. Kurtz and Lapolla that encouraged you to make the move?
Well, when I first met Richard, I very quickly realized he was a man of vision. And this industry is actually a very dynamic business, and it takes a lot of vision as it's maturing. It's in its infancy today, and we have to be able to recognize the value of the industry and our company, not only today, but in 5 years as well as 10 years ahead.
Now, Richard, consumers are becoming increasingly aware of what you call the building envelope. Can you explain that term for us, please?
Sure. The building envelope is actually a full encapsulation of the interior space of a building. So it incorporates the walls, the roof, and often the floor as well.
Well, now, Doug, Richard mentioned this a moment ago, but in a retrofit application, are you able to demonstrate to the building owner savings considerable enough to pay for the capital expense of application over, say, a reasonable period of time?
We can. One of the differentiators for spray polyurethane foam is the return on investment. And the reason we can talk about that specifically is that once the foam is applied, you begin to experience an immediate reduction in your energy costs. So as an example, if there's roughly a 30% savings for the consumer, and they apply the foam and their energy bills previously were about $300, and their energy bill drops to approximately $200, they immediately begin to be in a positive cash flow mode.
Now, the company operates on the basis of two segments, foam and coatings. Tell us a little bit about the foam segment.
Lapolla Industries is one of the largest manufacturers and leading supplier of spray polyurethane foam, which is primarily used for two different segments, for insulation of both commercial and residential structures, as well as roofing systems, providing a full monolithic roofing system. The foam has really been a component that's grown tremendously. Foam has been around for over 50 years, and I've been doing this for approximately 23. And only today is the world really realizing the true value proposition of foam, being that energy costs are so volatile, and it's a global issue. And frankly, most of the world is looking to the United States for this next generation technology that Lapolla is pretty substantially ahead of.
Well, you're obviously off to a good start. Your company has reported record revenues in your two most recent quarters. That's got to be gratifying.
It is. We're lucky as well as good. As I said, I've been doing this for more than 2 decades. And fortunately, still even with that, the industry is in its infancy, and the world is now realizing this demand by consumers to find ways to control their energy costs. And so we're in the right space. But we are very good at what we do. We have tremendous technology. We have very good, strong capabilities. And it's an untapped market essentially. And as far as our growth, when I met Richard 6 years ago, since that period of time, we've experienced 2,240% revenue growth over that period of time, and we've been on top of it, and we expect this pace to continue.
Again, Lapolla Industries, LPAD. Well, Doug, why is this a good time right now for folks to take a closer look at your company?
Well, we've proven ourselves as a viable entity. We're very competent, as I said again, in what we do, both in technology and support and field performance marketing. We've very quickly established our footprint throughout the industry, not only in the United States, but in Canada and now overseas as well. And so there is still quite a bit of opportunity ahead of us. This is the tip of the iceberg for us, and we're contacted daily by entities across the world that are looking for good technology and support. And Lapolla has clearly been identified as that engine.
Well, Lapolla Industries, LPAD, Doug and Richard, we're initiating coverage of the company this week and be following you very closely through the next several weeks. Appreciate you bringing the story to us.
Don, thanks. Thanks for having us. And I just want to add one thing, and I know it's public, but I just want to thank Doug because he's been a great leader, and he took a business from virtually zero to some serious numbers, and the potential of our company is, it's so exciting because we are in energy savings. We have the best kept secret in energy savings, and that is foam insulation. And we are just so excited, and it's Doug's leadership and brilliance that really has led us where we are, and I thank him.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Don, very much.